another edition of the Contractor's Secret Weapon weekly podcast with your hosts, Dave Negri. This program is dedicated to helping contractors, remodelers, painters, roofers, roof cleaners, and business owners in the construction industry gain an unfair advantage over the competition. This program supplies you with information that the competition doesn't even know exists. This session brought to you by ContractorsSecretWeapon.com.
Before we get into the conversation, I just want to do a shout out to our sponsors who help promote Contractor's Secret Weapon and just some of the things that they have in store for you, our listeners. Hey, is your phone ringing enough? Do you want it to ring more with highly motivated and qualified buyers that contact you, the contractor, directly? No more waiting for the phone to ring. Just answer that phone. Best Home Services leads are dedicated to making your phone ring with motivated buyers that call you directly. There's no obligation to talk with them. Just go to ContractorsSecretWeapon.com/money. Fill out the form to secure your discount on the setup fee. Do it today. This special will not last forever. Check them out at ContractorsSecretWeapon.com/money.
Running a small business is no easy task, and I should know because I had a service company for almost 10 years. I am the founder of a software called RadiusBomb, and it's unbelievable. And for all the listeners of Contractor's Secret Weapon, we have a special offer for you to check out. If you want to send hyper-targeted, laser-focused, super personalized postcards to your exact prospects using a map while sitting in your underwear, then go to ContractorsSecretWeapon.com/RadiusBomb, and we'll give you your first 100 postcards for free. Just go to ContractorsSecretWeapon.com/RadiusBomb.
Hey, Dave Negri here with Contractor's Secret Weapon. Thanks so much for being with us today. I'm excited to start a new series that we're going to be going through over the next 5 days. And I'm in the process right now of writing the report, and it's looking like it's almost finished at about 60 or so pages of this report that we're going to be doing this podcast on over the next 5 days. Oh, the title, Keep from crippling your business with these marketing mistakes. That's right. There's about 20 marketing mistakes that many of us have gone through in the past. Maybe some of you are doing them right now, and we want to give them to you as a gift, but they won't be available till episode number 5. So stick around to episode number 5 of this series, and we'll have this 60-page report ready for you in the show notes page so that you can take advantage of that and go through the workbook and revisit the podcast if you want, or just go through the show notes. So an old sales trainer, Red Motley, said nothing happens until something is sold. And of course he was right. Selling, or the process of getting goods and services into the hands of consumers and having them exchange money for those goods and services, is what our whole economy is really built on. And the mere selling of a product or a service to someone does what? It suggests that a job has been created in order to manufacture or produce that thing that was sold. And in order for that item to be purchased, another job that produced it and sold the product or offered a service of some type had to be in existence in order for the buyer to have the money to exchange for that item. Well, what's that process? That process, what we call, is marketing. It's the bringing together of potential customers, or we can call them prospects, and certain products or services so that a purchasing agreement can be reached. Now, that purchasing agreement is a sale. So not just regular marketing, but effective marketing is critical to the success of a business, of course, any business, and in fact, your business and mine. With ineffective marketing, our prospects may never find out about the product or service that you have to offer, and that they may need, they may want, or that they could even benefit from, and consequently, a sale has never been made. And that really sucks when you don't make a sale, because no one knows who you are. So the statistics tell us, and you've heard it over and over again, 80% of small businesses will go out of business in the first year they're in business. And Those that remain, 80% of those will not be in business 5 years from today. So make no mistake, these are alarming statistics. Yet even with those incredible numbers, people still take their dreams into the marketplace with little or no planning. And that really is where we get hurt. And with little or no regard to the harshness and cruelty of what the marketplace can bring without proper planning. So it's all about planning. Common sense coupled with the existence of what others have done in the past should tell us that if a business is going to expect to succeed in today's competitive market, then that business is going to have to do a number of things right, or at least better, or perhaps differently than most other businesses that have gone on before. You need to have your head above the crowd, waving your hands, however that may be. So it takes more than low prices. We've said this over and over again for a business to remain competitive in today's market, because even the person with the lowest price gets beat by someone who's even lower. I don't know how they do it, but that really sucks, and it makes no sense at all. So no longer is it possible for a business to maintain the competitive advantage for an extended amount of time because of the products or services they offer or the prices they charge. The availability and affordability for many businesses to take advantage of cutting-edge technology, low-priced, skilled labor, and more efficient delivery and distribution systems makes it possible for an increasing number of businesses to enter and compete in the marketplace. This just wasn't that way just a few years ago. So even if a business can offer a unique product or a unique service, or perhaps even lower prices on similar products or services that are currently being offered, it won't be long until competition finds a way to duplicate that, or at least pretty closely match that business's performance. And that puts an end to the competitive advantage of the original business held. So if a business can't depend on its products, its services, or prices for their competitive advantage, if they expect to survive, let alone thrive, that business is going to have to perform exponentially in a number of critical areas. Marketing is a major key to success in business. Unfortunately, most people who take their dreams and hard-earned life savings into the marketplace in the form of a small business are not even aware of some of the most important factors that contribute to and can even ensure their success. I know if you're like me, when you first went into business, you just said, I got an idea. I can do it. I've done it before. I'm going to go do it for myself. I'm going to make more money. And boom, go do it. But luckily, I learned along the way before I went out of business. So contrary to the public belief and much misconception, designing, creating, and building and growing a successful and proper enterprise that commands a dominating position in the marketplace doesn't automatically require hard work, frustration, and enormous cost. There's no question, and you probably won't get much debate, that there are more competition and stiffer competition than ever before in nearly every industry and profession. I see more and more people in the line of work that I'm in. New trucks, better looking trucks, new driving around on the road. And I'm sure you see the same thing. But there's also, even though there's more competition and it's more demanding, there are more opportunity, especially for businesses whose owners and managers understand a few basic fundamental concepts. You can get the edge. It really doesn't matter if you head up the largest corporation in the country or if you run a one-person home-based business or contracting company or a window cleaning company. It's immaterial. There are just a handful of things you need to know to gain a competitive advantage in your marketplace. And mastering just 3 of the most important of these things will enable you to write your own ticket to success. So you and I both know that this year in this country is the greatest and most prosperous time the world has ever known. A huge number of businesses and even large and well-established businesses will close their doors, never to do business or provide their products or services to their customers again. There are so many businesses, billion-dollar businesses, that have gone out of business overnight. Others say it's because of poor business management and practices. There's another school that teaches that some businesses are started by the wrong people, that certain people lack entrepreneurial skills, and it would be better off working in their respective businesses as technicians or employees rather than trying to run a business. That's funny. But when you get right down to it, for a business to even be a business in the first place, that business has to have customers. Some want to exchange their dollars for the products and services that the business sells. You can have all the funding in the world. You can have a great management skills. You can have a tremendous entrepreneurial mindset. But unless and until you have someone to purchase what you have to sell in the form of products and services in sufficient numbers, you'll never have much of a successful business enterprise. And you only generate an average income at best. So here's a fact worth considering. So most businesses fail because they don't have enough customers buying from them on a regular basis. Most businesses either don't attract a sufficient number of new customers or they let their existing or current customers slip away. That's a no-no. And in most cases, it isn't always because of the owners, managers, or operators of those businesses didn't try. Quite often, it's a result of not understanding and implementing effective customer getting and customer keeping strategies. Let me repeat that. Quite often, it's a result of not understanding and implementing effective customer getting and customer keeping strategy. The bottom line is, if you really want your business to be successful, you have to make getting and keeping customers your number one priority. Let me put it another way. When was the last time you heard a company going out of business because they had too many happy, satisfied customers buying from them? My guess is never. On the other hand, you can probably name quite a few businesses that are no longer around because they didn't have enough people buying from them, coming back for more, and referring others to them. And that's where marketing comes in. Let others know about what you have in such a way that they are compelled, nearly forced to find out more, and then ultimately to buy the products and services you offer from you, not your competitors. Most businesses, no, not most. Every business makes mistakes with their marketing efforts. Some mistakes are worse than others. Some can even be deadly, and if done often enough or severely enough, can put the very business out of business. But so much for other businesses. What about you? What about your business? What about your enterprise? How are you doing? What mistakes are you making that could be holding you back from making the income and enjoying the lifestyle you've always dreamed about? Matter of fact, that's probably the reason you went into business. So we're going to take a look at these 20 critical mistakes most businesses make. And as you go through them, think about your business and see how you're going, or see how you're doing in each one of these areas. Remember, marketing, or the ability to get your message to others about the goods and services you offer in such a manner that it compels them, nearly forces them to do business with you in one of the most fundamental yet misunderstood areas in business today. Properly utilized, effective marketing can skyrocket a business to new and undreamed of heights. Not understood or underutilized, a business can sink like a lead weight. If you can get control of your business and avoid mistakes, these costly mistakes, you can expect outstanding results. If you can get a handle on just a couple of them, you will still get much better results from your business than you're getting now. But if you fall short on any of the items that we're going to talk about and your competition masters them, watch out. They'll leave you in the dust, and you can't afford to have them do that. You need to be number one in your marketplace. Okay, let's go. Mistake number one, marketing mistake number one, failure to let your prospects and customers know the unique benefits they get from doing business with you and not your competitor. Okay, this is a question that goes through each of your prospects' mind before they choose you to do business with you, and through each of your customers' mind before they return to buy from you again. And it's a question you must take time to formulate an answer to. Without such an answer, you become like every other business who sells the same product or service, that commodity. It doesn't matter what product or service is being offered, your customers can go nearly anywhere and find the exact same or very similar products or services offered for the same price, perhaps even less money than what you charge. Okay, think about yourself for a minute. Why do you shop at the same stores or eat at the same restaurants over and over again? Most likely it's because they offer you something you can't get from their competitors. Maybe they're closer to where you live or work, or maybe you like the way a particular restaurant prepares a certain meal. Perhaps it's the environment or it's the people who work there, or maybe you just feel comfortable, almost like you're at home while you're in their place of business. It may not be one single thing that influences you, but rather a combination of several factors. Nevertheless, the businesses you continue to frequent give you something special, something unique, something you just can't get anywhere else. It's that uniqueness that keeps you coming back over and over again. And most likely it has nothing to do with the price. If you expect people to do business with you rather than your competition, it's imperative that you have something to offer your competition doesn't have. Preferably something your competitors can't offer, something that sets you and the products or services you offer apart from everyone else in your type of business. That's what's known as your unique competitive advantage, or UCA. You have heard the concept referred to the USP, unique selling proposition, USA, unique selling advantage, the PDF, personal differentiating factor, unique purchasing appeal, that keeps going on and on for just descriptive names. In any case, the name of or what you call it is not important. No matter what you choose to define, your unique factor is the most critical yet most often overlooked marketing tools in business today. Without a clearly defined factor that differentiates you and sets you apart from everyone else who offers the same or similar products or prospects will encounter, there will be no reason for others to do business with you rather than your competition. The why, on the other hand, a well thought out, carefully identified UCA, which we said was unique competitive advantage, doesn't have to be difficult. It's simply a matter of identifying what you have to offer to your clients, your customers, or your prospects beyond what the product or services you can provide. Let's say you're involved with a product or service that is so similar to others in the marketplace that there's no significant difference between them. You're a window washer, painting contractor, pressure washer. In that case, your UCA must be something you or your firm or business can offer, exclusive of the features or benefits of the products or services you sell. Even if the advantage you offer has to do with quality, service, dependability, convenience, professionalism, etc., just to state those facts are not enough. You must find ways to quantify or identify specifically on how those items benefit or provide advantages to the end user. When you use the phrases like top quality, the best, the most reliable services, dependability, delivery, we offer top of the line products, the best service, and the lowest prices, they ring hollow in the ears of your prospects and clients. They've heard them over and over and over again, and they are vague. If they are vague, they are meaningless. Not only can most of your competitors say the same things, they do say them. Instead, you want to be very, very, very clear about how the advantages you offer will benefit your customer. Tell them exactly what they can expect from you. It may be that you only offer your customers, clients, and prospects the highest quality, the top of the line products. If so, great. But tell them in a very specific, definable, quantifying terms so that they understand exactly what the highest quality, the top of the line means to them and how they'll benefit. Maybe you have the lowest prices in the industry or your market area. If so, that's good. But how much lower are you? How much can your prospects or customers save by buying from you? Perhaps the support you offer them in terms of education or service or marketing assistance is superior to that offered by your competitors. Maybe you go a step further than your competitors in your services. Let them know. Here's a really cool example that was used years and years and years ago by Schlitz Brewery. They were number 4 in the marketplace, and they wanted to become number 1, and they really didn't know how to do it. And so what happened was they brought in, I can't remember who the copywriter was. They brought him in, and they wanted him to go through their plant and put together them a marketing campaign. And then when they went through their operation, they went through where they were I think on a fresh body of water. All the water was filtered 5 or 6 times. It came in. All the bottles were made, and then they were steam cleaned and pasteurized, whatever the case may be. And it went through a long list of what they actually did to get the beer out. And the guy's going, "This is pretty awesome. This is really amazing." And the owner goes, "Everyone does this." He says, "Yes, everyone does this, but no one knows that you do this. You have to tell your potential customers exactly the step-by-step process." And what they did that, and it was a short matter of time that Schlitz became number 1 in the marketplace and held that for like 4 or 5 years. Unbelievable, because they took the simple things and they let their customer know what they did. Yes, every painter basically does the same thing. Every window cleaner does the same thing. But if you specifically line it out item by item, every carpet cleaner does specifically probably the same thing. But if you let them know, step 1, we move all your furniture, whatever the case may be, you give it to them so that it looks like that you are very meticulous and tedious, and it's a benefit that they're not going to get from somebody else. You need to be the number 1 person in your marketplace. So, it could even be, of course, better trained people. You could have certified people, salespeople or sales advisors, great things to offer, but in and of themselves, they don't say much. To use these features, like I said, to their fullest advantage, you must quantify them. Bring them out, lay them out so that it's a pain in the neck for you, but to the customer, they think they're getting something more than they're getting from someone else. It becomes a benefit. We try to shortcut too many things. Spell out exactly, clearly, and specifically what advantage and benefits your customers will gain. Whatever you choose to make your UCA, remember, it must be perceived as desirable to your prospects and customers. In other words, they have to consider it to be of value to them. So you can make your proposition that's something exclusive to you and your business operations. The more exclusive or proprietary you can make it, the less competition you'll have. Even by changing the name of a process that you do to make it your own process instead of an industry standards, you can do that. There's something then, whatever it is, becomes your unique competitive advantage. Your UCA, that's the thing, the reason, the advantage that will make not only worthwhile but beneficial and advantageous, even desirable for others to do business with you. Now here's what you can do. Make a list. Take out a sheet of paper, write it down, every advantage that you can think of on why someone should do business with you. Get a big list. Don't worry about whether or not your competitors can offer the same advantages or not at this time. Just get some points down on paper. Think in terms of how your business might fit in the following categories. The name of your business. Does it say what you do? The proposition in such a way that there can be no mistake. Can there be any doubt about the type of business? Like, remember the hair club for men? What is it? Well, it's a hair club for men. So what does your business, does your name tell what you do? And that's another example. If you didn't know it was men's clothing, what would you think of the Men's Warehouse? Sold. Men. What about your business? Can you use the name to your advantage? An exclusive niche. Are you trying to be all things to all people, or do you occupy and dominate, or at least have the potential to dominate a certain market, a tighter group that you can cater to? More control you'll have, and the more opportunity you can have to dominate and control it. Expertise. Do you have some type of specialized understanding of the particular market segment so you can become a recognized expert? If you do, when people look for you for help and expertise they can't get anywhere else, you'll have a tremendous advantage. Okay, guarantee. If you have an unusual guarantee, you can use that as a competitive advantage. We'll discuss later on the concept of risk reversal and guarantees later. Your marketing position. How are you viewed in your marketplace? How do you stack up against your competition? What is your market's perception of you versus other competing businesses? Domino's didn't go head to head with other pizza shops trying to make a better pizza. Instead, they went after the quick in-home delivery and nearly completely dominated a market in a very short time because they changed how other people saw them. And last, price. How are your prices compared to those charged by your competitors? Do you have the lowest price for your product and operate as a discount operation, or do you take the higher price point position and operate at a more exclusive level? Either position can be an advantage depending on how you position your business and the products and services that you sell around it. These are just a few of the areas that you may want to consider as competitive advantages. Of course, there are more, but at least this will get you thinking. So, step 2, segregate your list into 3 groups. Those exclusive to you and your firm, something your competition cannot offer. B, those that can be offered by both you and your competition, and C, those currently offered by both you and your competition, but which they are not capitalized on presently. So if you know they do, but they don't advertise it, that could be a plus for you. The best advantage you can gain will be from choosing Group A, the exclusivity. Those areas in which your competitors cannot perform. These are the things that you can do for whatever reason, and you will want to capitalize to your fullest advantage. Group B, there's things there offered by both of you. C is the last group and can be used to a real advantage, but you have to be careful on how you do it. Formulate your UPC. Develop that effective UPC, and tomorrow we'll go into mistake number 2 on your marketing. Remember, stick around till day 5. We're going to go through the rest of these pretty quickly, and on day 5 we're going to give you the free download to this whole 60-page report that will help you create your UCP and grow your business effectively. Again, I want to thank you for joining us and investing your time with us today. I hope you enjoyed this week's episode, and if you did, go to iTunes and give us a shout out. You can also go to our website, www.contractorsecretweapon.com, and check out today's episode and leave us a comment in the bottom of the page. And if you haven't gotten your 15 secret weapon strategies to getting higher end customers, get it while you're at the website. Also, I want to thank again our sponsors for keeping this podcast alive for your profit-making pleasure. And so go be profitable this week. Work smarter, not harder, and learn how to leverage your time and your knowledge so that you can be more profitable. Again, see you next week.
Thanks for joining us for another weekly episode of the Contractor's Secret Weapon Podcast with Dave Negri. We would love to hear your comments about this episode, so visit us online at www.contractorsecretweapon.com and let us hear your thoughts. If you were listening via iTunes, please leave us a positive review. The more positive reviews we receive, the more other contractors will benefit from this show. Thank you, and see you next time here on the Contractor's Secret Weapon Podcast.